Eminem a lot. I love Eminem, so I would do that. But I came to an epiphany about how I feel about him as he is now, which I've already explained to Mike, but I feel like I want to explain it too. Because I feel like a lot of rappers have this problem, to be honest.
You talking about Eminem?
Yeah. Like, I love his music. And, like, I enjoy his recent stuff. But if you listen to it and pay attention to, like, the overall message he's trying to take out, he's so far up his own ass that the only reason that he makes music is just to say, I'm better than you. And that's kind of it. And it's just, like, boring.
I mean, boring in what sense? You feel me? Sometimes, like,
I'm so impressed by the way he can put together rhymes. That'll never fail to impress me if anyone does it, like, in a cool way. But it's just the things that he's saying within those rhymes just don't mean anything to me anymore. Or they're just monotonous, or it's just a stupid message, or just, like, a new clever way of him saying, I'm better than you. And it's just, like, annoying. It's only annoying because it became to a fault when he dissed MGK. Because the reason he dissed MGK was like, everyone was like, wow, apparently MGK said something about his daughter.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to say stuff about Eminem's daughter, man. But he didn't care about that. He dissed MGK because MGK said the truth. He was like, you just rap. You're not God. And that hurt his ego to the point where that's what made him make Kill Shot. It's like, okay. And the entire song is him just saying, I'm better than you.
Yo, you don't think it was the fact that he got dissed in the first place? You don't think it was the fact that he got dissed in the first place that made him come back with Kill Shot?
He said that in an interview with Sway. He was like, it's not even that he dissed me. It's that he said, no, actually, you're right. I think it's because he said, you just rap. You're not gods. But then on Twitter, he was like, you just rap. You're not God. And he was singling out Eminem subliminally. And that's why Eminem dissed him originally. And then MGK made his diss track. And then he made Kill Shot against MGK. I got the timeline confused for a sec. He's just being petty. That's my entire point. He's just an egohead.
I mean, I feel like it's more than that. I feel like, damn, I don't know.
Because this is so fucked up to me because he destroyed MGK's career, which was promising. Like he could have done some cool shit.
You think he destroyed MGK's career?
He put MGK in a position where he has no respect in the rap game because of Eminem and who he is, and this is how hypocritical he is. Back in the day in the 90s when Dr. Dre discovered Eminem, he was on interviews and shit saying, like, I don't want to be seen as a white rapper. I just want to get to a point where everyone just sees someone who raps as a rapper. So I don't see myself as a white rapper because everyone always asked him, like, how does it feel to be the white rapper now?
Okay,
but that was a cool message, I feel like that could have taught for hip-hop. But these days, he wants the spot of the white rapper to be reserved specifically for him. And you can see that by the way he goes after other white artists.
But he didn't ruin MGK's career. Like,
I know that, but he gave him so much disrespect, and so many people who are on Eminem's side will never respect MGK.
But MGK did that to himself. He issued the diss first.
Well, because he was just saying the truth. You just rap. You're not God.
But that's not all he said in the song. He disrespected his daughter. He disrespected Eminem as a whole, to be honest.
But how did he disrespect him? He just said that you're not an actual God. You're not a deity. That's ridiculous.
Chat, play the fucking song. Play the song real quick.
One.
The first, what was it? Rap Devil, the first one?
Yeah.
The first diss?
No, that wasn't the first diss. Eminem made a diss first. Because.
But he was generally talking about white rappers in general in that first diss, right? He wasn't talking about MGK specifically, right?
Well, So this is what happened is MGK made a song with Tech Nine or some shit, and in it he said, "Y'all just rap, you're not gods." But then on Twitter he said, "You just rap, you're not God," and that was a subliminal against him because he didn't say anyone specific, but he was singling someone out when he said it on Twitter because he said "you" instead of "y'all," and that was towards Eminem. So then Eminem made a diss track on mumble rap and simultaneously against MGK on the second half of the song. He completely switches it to not just mumble rap, but also "fuck you, MGK,"
because MGK was talking shit.
But my whole point is that MGK wasn't talking shit. He was just telling the truth.
But is that really the truth though? Is that really the truth though?
No, he's not a god.
But he said he's not God. Did he say? Did he say he's? Did he say he's not a god, or did he say he's not God?
He said you just rap. You're not God.
Exactly. That's not true.
Yeah, but like Eminem is gonna take that differently because he probably does have a god complex.
You could say probably, but you don't know that.
Probably because that hurt his feelings when he heard that.
How do you know it hurt his feelings? Just because he responded?
He said in the interview. He said that's what made me diss him. He said it was petty, but he didn't care. That's like he said that in an interview.
Yeah. So how did that hurt his feelings?
But I'm not a god, and I was like, fuck you.
Just because he responded doesn't mean that hurt his feelings. It just it made him respond.
I'm just saying in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
He said he heard that MGK said that about him. That's what made him want to diss him. Not
of course.
That he said.
Of course. But what he's saying there doesn't mean his feelings got hurt. It just means he wanted to respond to him after that.
Okay, that's good. I just assumed that it hurt his pride because he does feel like that.
It was definitely. That's a good point. It's just like saying.
You would be unfazed if you didn't see yourself as God. It's like, okay, like I do that because I know I'm good at rapping, but I don't actually think I'm God. If that was his position,
what if he does think he's God? What if he does think? What if he does think he's God though?
That's my whole point. Is what he is right.
About like what? But what does it mean to be God though?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm the greatest. Like he literally thinks he is the GOAT. When everyone's a GOAT in reality.
So how isn't he?
Well, he is, but he's not the greatest.
Why not?
I just mean because with rap, it's all about comparing. But like
that is not true. That is not true at all.
No, I mean like the way people like
view it.
To be the greatest of all time, they want to be the best. You can be the best at the way you're doing it, but they mean that in a different way. They want to be better than everyone else.
But is there? But has there ever really been a greatest rapper alive or dead?
Well, there can be a collective opinion about someone who is the best, but then there's also going to be a lot of other people who think that someone who's more niche and it appeals to them is the best. So,
but a collective opinion means the opinion of all.
Huh?
A collective opinion is the opinion of all, no? Or is it?
I feel like collective in this regard can never truly be everyone. Like I don't think there's ever been a time where every single person has the same opinion on the best rapper.
Exactly. So how can he not be the greatest?
Because not everyone feels that way.
But not everyone feels anyway. So either everyone's the greatest or no one's the greatest.
I think everyone's the greatest.
So how is he not the greatest?
He might be the greatest at the way he does his style, but like that's everyone, I feel like. So he can't be the greatest overall if he's just the greatest at what he does specifically with his rhymes.
But where does what he does come from? You feel me? It's like no one has their own style.
Well, actually, I kind of see what you mean now, because if it's the rap game, then there kind of has to be a greatest.
It's like what do you mean?
I just feel like it's all subjective.
100%. 100%.
The way the rap game is set up is like, it's a game. If you step foot in it, there's going to be comparison. No matter what.
There's nothing you can do about that, literally.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like MGK was a big admirer of him for a long time. I don't know what made him spiteful about him in any way, but I feel like he was being the truth, and Eminem didn't like that. And it made me see how egotistical he is, and how every time he raps, it's just to rap fast to impress. But that's kind of all he's doing at this point.
But how is it MGK doing the same exact thing by telling him he's not God? He's just a rapper.
But he wasn't doing what Eminem does. He was just like doing bars of like the truth, like Eminem used to do. But Eminem now just tries to rap as fast as possible.
But is he not still spitting bars about the truth?
That's a good point.
So, I mean, like, there's
does whenever he has something to actually talk about, but a lot of the time it's not about anything.
That's what you perceive. Because you're comparing it to when he was doing something different.
That's true.
Yeah, man. I think he was just. I think that they're both the same in regards to how egotistical they are, how much anyone's feelings got hurt there. You feel me? It's like they were, you know.
Actually, yeah.
It's just a battle. Yo, chat. I'll be right back, chat.
What the?
See, that's interesting though.
What?
Because like for me, I kind of see it as like no one is the greatest. It's not. But I don't know, because I mean it all really is subjective at the end of the day. I mean, I guess I'm just scared to be honest. I don't know. Because even, what do you think of like do you see competition as anything that has a place in music or art in general? Or maybe we say that, should it have a place?
I think it should. Because with hip-hop, there's a lot of competition, and I feel like that's what can make it very enjoyable to see people just rap battle. Because there's different kinds of battling, I think. There's like doing it all in good fun, and then doing it like you're actually against them.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
And just the things that you can come up with each of those, and there's probably more that I haven't even explored that goes into battle rapping specifically, because there's so many different areas of hip hop. Just any music in general. There's so many things. Oh shit. I actually have to go, I think. I have to shower.
Yeah.
Doesn't even like 30 minutes. Yeah, I have to go. So
Alright.
I might be able to join back when I start walking. Or whatever happens, I might be able to call you or some shit.
Alright, I'll see you.
Alright, mate. You're on the other side.
My dudes.
What
What are you niggas talking about?
well, Griffin had to shower.
So he left?
Yeah.
Damn. That's sad. It's okay though.
Damn, I like those posters on the wall.
Oh, appreciate you. You want to see all my posters and shit?
Yeah.
Okay. So of course you got Abbey Road. Of course, the Golden. Got a bunch of One Piece characters. You got these classic 2 ones right here. And then you got this shit. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Drink up, drink up. Michael Jordan. LeBron James. More basketball, more basketball. Kid Cudi, and as a comic, I got a lot of comics as people, like artists and shit. This basketball guy named Giannis Antetokounmpo, crazy name, I know. I got this bad boy. It's just an abundance of goodness, and of course we have Siddhartha Gautama himself there. Yeah, there's that. I got this clock that doesn't have anything to it. Pretty, yeah, very, very interesting. It's my mirror. It's a Thor comic. I got a few little messages to myself on the bottom. This one says, intimacy requires the repeated experience of being responded to. Remember what you chose, then act. You feel me? That was when I chose not to kill myself. So you're so much better now. That's another message. Craving leads to suffering. Another one. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. And even this shall pass. The unchangeable is not what's changing. You can never step foot in the same river twice. You will never find the same person you spoke to last. That's one. Feel over feel. Only you can hurt you. Not a drop in the ocean, but the ocean in a drop. Getting up is the hardest part, and it ain't even that hard. 11, stay up. So those are all the messages I have there. This is one New Year's with two of my buddies. And then this little thing, hi, bud, smile, there's more. This was one night where me, Griffin, and Hannah were chilling, and she had these pre-rolled joints in this little box thing. And I kept the little box thing because it's like, oh shit. It's like a nice little message type shit. Feel me? I was like, no, that's fine. I got this wolf being uncovered. I got my blade from, I don't know what time period, but you know, something a little nice. And we have Sir Kendrick, of course, as a comic character. So
Nice.
my boy Aang. And we got this wall. Another One Piece character. We got this shit. Lose your mind to find your soul. And that's like beautiful to me because it's like, you know, your mind is, I think that's what that's saying, that ego, you know, letting go of it so that you can find your true self. Another Thor comic thing cover. Hella, she's so bad. Scarface. Have you ever seen Scarface?
No, I have not actually.
Definitely watch that movie. It's about a mob like the Cuban mob basically. Shanks, he's a character from One Piece. This is just a reminder for me. Keep moving, Nika. Nika, it's like a double entendre because it kind of sounds like nigga, but like it's also like the name of the sun god in One Piece, Nika. So then there's this fire ass fucking thing. Just Sleep poster. This one where you've got Anubis, you've got who's this? Horus, and then you've got Cleopatra. Then you got this one. This is like my favorite one because it's always a reminder. It says, "Call me if you get lost," right? But then right here it says, "The cosmos' only mistake is what they named you." So that's always a reminder that I'm more than just, you feel me? That's why I'm 11, because I'm more than the label I was given, you know? No bullshit. My whole room, like everything around in like all these posters and shit are just like a reminder. It's just constant messages. I just need to look around when I feel lost.
Yeah. I love that.
My boy Brooke. Flash. More shit. My boy Izzy. He's a fighter. I drew this picture of my animal. I have a lot of pictures of my animal, actually. Let me see. I can show you some of my art that I've drawn before, but this is one. Let me do more, because this is art from one of the stories I have. This is another story art. This is another story art. This is just art in general, though. I'll show you some of the general One night I had all these people over my house to like hang out, and we like I had this like painting set, and then we just like fucking whatchamacallit, just did this shit or whatever. Griffin was supposed to come, but he was fucking sleeping. Of course. Actually, let me get on the stream while I show this art. I am streaming right now. So, let's see. I don't know why this is like that. Delete. Okay. So, yep. Everyone, I showed this to my boy Mike. It's a picture of freedom. So the anima. The anima is the female traits, is the feminine traits that all males will pick up from their female counterparts that they experience in everyday life and stuff. All right, Mike. So on to the next one. I've got this shit. The title of it is "Eat a Dick." Yeah. So this is what it looks like.
Ooh, I like that a lot, actually.
Appreciate it. You feel me? It's a nice little practice of how to draw perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that one. And then there was this one I like just started and then I never like did, but it was just like a road. But it's supposed to be like a wacky road, but I never finished it. So yeah, it's just an incomplete thing that I'll finish one day. This is my little cousin drew this shit. It's pretty fire. It's probably the best piece of art I have in my room. You know. And then there's this guy. This is me as a One Piece character. His name is Swifty Shoyo, and he has this ability, right, where he has this he can repel anything with these paw pads that are on his hands. So being able to repel anything means like you can even repel like anything. You can repel air basically. So you can literally push pockets of air into forcible pressure, you know. But like you can also repel things like emotion, like pain or like ill feelings. It's just yeah. So there's that. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? This is drawing of the Monkey King, but as me. So it's like there's that, and then this I assume is Freedom, but at the time I didn't know that. I just put that there. I didn't know who Freedom was, but I assume that's Freedom right there. So,
what's this thing on the chest?
Oh, that's my tattoo.
Okay. Oh, nice. What is it?
So it's from this anime called Naruto, where it's like one of these the clan's emblems, and a clan is basically like a family of people. So it's one of the Ninja Clan's emblems. But the funny thing is, the guy who I got that shit because of, what he was trying to do, his like there was a lot of wars at the beginning of the ninja world. So he was going through a lot of shit where his family was being killed and his family was killing other people. So his whole goal was to become as strong as possible so that people would listen to what he has to say. And what he was trying to do was to get to a place where everyone accepted everyone as a family, basically. So I basically felt with that. And that was on my journey to becoming 11 because I wanted my family to realize that everyone is their family because they're very for themselves kind of thing, you know? And I appreciate that. But there's more to us. That was my whole thing. And funny enough, I didn't know it at the time, but the character who was the leader of this, who became the leader of this clan and created the a ninja village that was comprised of all these different clans, was actually designed off Buddha. And his whole his powers were actually Buddha based too. Crazy, right? like, and I don't like to say this because like it's a modesty thing, and people would feel some type of way. But I feel like you'll understand. Like the reason I went to study Buddhism in the first place is because when I heard the story of Buddha, I realized that I am the Buddha. I just have to. I have to get to my true self. But like that's like that is me. Like I don't know how to like put it any other way. But anywho, back to the art. This is Fire Owl. It's big as shit. And this right here is like a little jar that's connected to it, and it has a little goldfish in it. Yeah. For those can't see. Got a little heart-shaped coat, some fire shit, just styling and shit. And there's this one. I just call it the eyes of the woman. It's just like, yeah. I don't know, something. It's like the lethal female gaze.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to show the chat. Hold on. Sorry, I'm eating some goodness right now. Hold on. No one has answered, but you know what? I need to share it first. Hold on, Mike. I'm gonna get back to the view of the art, and then I'll show you the rest of my room too.
Okay.
I gotta share this shit so that people join it. Fukaladoogin. How do I delete shit? Can't delete. Okay. Let's share. What are you doing right now?
I don't know. I'm just chilling right now.
Fair enough. It's pretty much what I've been doing for the past like hour and a half. Watch Spaceman with Adam Sandler. Yeah, I heard that shit's crazy, and it looks cooked, to be honest. It's like there's a big ass spider. It's just like fucked. It's like a space spider that speaks. It's so disgusting, bro. Ready, set. Whoa. Excuse me, sir.
What do you think of I don't know, what do you think about aliens or like UFOs? I think it's pretty interesting.
I think that they're real, but I think they're here. I think that if anything, they live within the earth and the oceans.
You see, I saw that too, the theory that what do you call it? That like because we have not explored the oceans that much, that it could definitely be in the oceans opposed to well, it could be both, like space and oceans, but that was crazy. Because like I think I saw something like most of, I don't know percentage wise, but like we have barely explored how huge our oceans are.
Yeah, and it's because of like the pressure depth, right? But it's like what's causing that pressure depth that stops us from being able to get down there. It's like you can say the masses of water or like the massive density, but it's like if there's sightings of UFOs that can move in ways that show which they have their own gravitational pull outside of the natural gravitational pull, what can't they do with the technology they have? Because I know you've seen like videos or heard of people talking about UFO encounters where UFOs have been able to move in certain ways and at quicknesses and trajectories that don't even make sense based off aerial dynamics that we've uncovered. So it's like, what's to really gauge what they have control over in our society or not, you know?
Yeah.
I used to also think that we might be aliens because we're the only thing that actively destroys the planet. And they've they've like seen signs of life on Mars before.
Damn. Yeah, I heard that too. So
Or like not signs of like current life, but signs that there was life on Mars before.
Mm-hmm.
And the planet is just a desolate dust ball with ruin everywhere. And we're destroying this planet?
Oh man.
You know, and like I don't want you to take offense to this or anything, but like I also believe that like it's possible that the humans that came from Mars to here might have actually been like white people, because like before white people started to take black people and capitalize off what they were like, what their ways of life and like the riches that they had in the areas where they were, such as Africa, because everything was like Africa was the central point of Pangea and where there was the most resources and shit. They were constantly dying of famine and food shortages. They didn't know how to like drink water that was separate from the water that they shit in, and they were dying and shit until they learned from the people they experienced once they traveled. Black people didn't have to travel because they were in a place where they had all the resources.
Yeah.
And like if you think about it, race doesn't even really exist. That was never a concept until like white people created the divide, because Europeans specifically, because what racism is, right? Hold on, because it's not about Mike. It's not about prejudice. It's not about discrimination. That's just what the people who have issued it want us to think, so that they keep us in a place where we can't fight against it. So I'm gonna tell you the story of how this shit went down. So in the 1400s, right, there was no such thing as race. It was, the term didn't exist. There was tribes, there was religious groups, there was kingdoms, and there was nations. You feel me? Race was not a thing. That was never a thing. So then this guy from Europe his name was like Henry the Navigator, right? He went to Africa, and there were 16 Africans that he came across, and he basically took them back to Europe and then gave them to the Catholic Church as a present, as a gift, and said to use them however you guys want. So he gave them to the Catholics because the Catholics were known for like making slaves out of people who were prosecuted for like indebtedness, religious prosecution, or war prisoners, shit like that in general. So they had these black people who they made slaves for, like they had them for like 50 years. And then one of the popes back then, he was like, yo, having slaves is kind of like, it's kind of fire. You feel me? So like, let's keep doing this. You feel me? So then this is where the term racism came in, because they realized that they could use these people, since they were slaves that didn't have to be prosecuted like the other ones that they would have previously. So then they got this guy Columbus, you know the story, went to North America, and went back to Europe and told them about it. And then when he came back and told them about it, he was a hero to Europe because it was like they were going through that shit what I was telling you about the famine, disease, food shortages, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
You feel me? So then they're like, oh yeah, let's inhabit this quote unquote uninhabited land. You feel me? But in the fact that it was so quote unquote uninhabited gave it a lot of value. So what they were thinking is like the way we do this is we make the blacks a labor class, the blacks that we have, and we take more of them from Africa and we bring them over there, right? So now instead of making profitable trades across the world to get more of our goods type shit, we have the new land, we have the tools, and we have somebody else to do the works so that we could just enrich ourselves. And that's where capitalism comes in. That's exactly what capitalism is right there. You feel me? So then from there, right, a race started, an actual race between all different types of Europeans to get these black people so that they could use them. So then they competed in the race from like the 1500s to the mid 1800s when the Civil War started happening. And then, so like the race between these different nations trying to exploit blacks for their labor ended like at that point. Because then they decided, you know what? Let's just all work together and agree to collectively exploit them. You know, let's just do that and share. So now the blacks have no resources, and the race was over. So they took the word race and then put the suffix ISM on it. You feel me? And what ISM means is to sustain and hold on to the prevailing conditions. So that is racism. It doesn't have to do with like minorities. It doesn't have to do with hatred or poor people or discrimination. It's about blacks, whites, economics. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's your history lesson for today. But yeah, you see, bro, they don't make this shit something that's accessible to education system in schools because it's still a system that like is profiting from this. You feel me? They it's like everything's a bunch of lies. Everything's a bunch of lies.
Oh yeah, like because I couldn't believe like when I was younger, I would like read stuff in like the history books for like kids, and you know they make it sound so nice, and then later I'm like, wait, this really did not happen, or like you know,
for real, it's really his story. It's like how much of history is not true. But yeah, that's why I believe white people are aliens. Because like even like at the start of when black people were in America type shit, the people who were considered white were just Europeans. Like the Irish and the Italians who were coming over, who were also pale skinned, they weren't considered as whites. They just, since they had the skin that kind of matched up, they were more eligible to gain access to becoming whites. Like when they first came to America, they were getting lynched and killed almost just as much as black people.
You see, I was surprised to hear that too, like of how I mean, because that makes me think like I think on my dad's side it's mostly Italian, like coming from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like it was interesting because I know like I think my great grandparents, maybe great. No, I don't know. I think it's great grandparents. Like I'm pretty sure they were dealing with some stuff, and then they had a kid and was passed to him, and then he did not have a good childhood. And then that carried on to my dad to some degree. It was interesting. It's crazy
how it all unfolds. Yeah.
But it's crazy how it can carry on though from like generations, like different things, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it gets harder and harder to detect because it's different, but it's still the same. It just looks different. because of the way we go about things now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Everything's so much more meticulous, not in your face. You know?
Dang. But see, like, what do you even? Because like at this point, it's like. I don't know, because I understand the point of capitalism, but I don't necessarily agree with it.
Not at all.
And at this point, it's like I feel like it's so set in stone that it's like this huge rock that like no one can really move.
You know what it is? Every time the left side of politics tries to say we should be done with capitalism and move on to something else, it's like, but it hasn't. They say the right side says it, but it hasn't not been working. You know, like why would we do something that we're unsure of? But they only say that because they profit from it, not the ones who were against it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you think this is good, but why not try something new? Because you know there's a possibility that it could shake the way of your comfortability. What do you do for that? I don't know how to do that yet. How to defend against capitalism?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, cause I know it's gotten to the point where, I know it's always been. I don't even think this is the height of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm looking at it, but I know like.
W's in the chat. What's good, Frost? Continue. So there's somebody who came into the stream.
It's like, at least for me, like at a certain point, enough is enough, and it seems like the general emphasis is that there is no enough. It's just more and more and more and more. And then that kind of carries onto where, there's no. I don't even know how to describe it. Like if you have a company, like all the workers that you have, right, are make it up, and without them, like you're not doing anything. But it's weird how the dynamics have changed kind of, because it's not that those people aren't important or like how they think. But it's like it's become sort of like a dependency thing. And now it's like, well, because of how like the economy has changed weirdly, it's like now it's like how much can we? I mean, think about this. Like when a company decides to pay someone, right? Like 100%. It's like what's the least amount we can pay?
Yeah.
What's the max profit we can make?
Right? And it's like when they do that, if people don't fall in line with that, you feel me? They're expendable. Because there's someone who will do it based off the system that has people in fucked up predicaments.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's like the people below would literally have to band together to make sure that each other have a place of being okay if they were to stand and protest against these big corporations who are exploiting them. Like you have to organize your community. You have to organize your community to stand against the big brother. And then you have to be able to support these people who are taking this risk to do so because of the people who are in power and what they can do to snuff these little voices out. Like you would have to like make sure the guy who doesn't really have a lot of money or like but works this job that's really fucked up, if they're gonna protest against it, you gotta make sure they got somewhere that they can bunk with you or something if they end up losing their job and shit. You feel me? You gotta like create your own little communities, kind of with it.
Yeah.
But that's so hard to do because they crack down on everything you do by issuing laws that combat what you can do. They restrict you. They constrict you, not restrict you. Same difference, to be honest.
Yeah. And like, what was I just thinking? Let me see.
W's in the chat. We're talking about revolution right now. You feel me? And how to you know, I'm not gonna say it, but get out of the bullshit that we be going through as a collective. You feel me? The guys not down here. Well, the guys down here. The guys right here. Up against the guys right here. You feel me? Fuck these guys. Fuck these guys. No, but go.
I kind of see it as a cogwheels, almost like.
You said you kind of see it as what?
Cogwheels, or like a cogwheel, or whatever. Like, I guess like some sort of mechanism. I don't know, but it's like it's one of those things where it's kind of a paradox. Like the people ultimately have the power, but because this is so set that if people were to try and disrupt it, like
it's hard to use that power because of conditioning.
Yeah.
It's like you can use that power, but like you can also, it's that mindset of thinking like, you know, like how they think about like something different as opposed to capitalism. You know, it's like yeah, this is kind of bad, but it could be worse. And that's the image they paint for us with the propaganda of how they treat others, how they treat the views of other systems around the world type shit.
Mm-hmm. So the also thing about this, like I think also one of the problems is that the United States is such a big country. Like it's huge because when you look at some places in Europe, for example, right? Maybe you look at I don't know, like you can look at a place like Germany or usually European country, small country.
I hear you.
Finland is, I think, really small. But it's like those countries. I do like how they have things set up in a way where it's like it's more emphasized for the people, but obviously it doesn't work because the country is so much more smaller. And at the same time, it's like I don't know because it's. I mean, if you look at Europe, right, it's divided into it's sectioned into countries. United States is just I don't know states, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't know, like how do you keep anything intact? Because even I don't know. Like
you're saying, how do you keep anything intact when like the fact that there's states which divide the country?
Well, no, I just mean like because. Let me see if I can phrase it a little bit. Like, I would say because this country is so big, it makes things much more easier to, I don't know, maybe to disrupt, or maybe harder actually. No, that's what I was trying to say, harder. Because like,
oh, of course, there's so much to cover and there's so many people to grab.
Yeah, and it's like.
That's why we need to get on like shit like this, like you feel me, stream and like you feel me, get our voices out in ways where we can reach places our body can't. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, like I guess that's really all we can do at the end of the day. Really, just I guess really, yeah. The best thing you can do is just work on yourself and then try and help those that are around you. You know, like a community.
Mm-hmm. and show your self-work to people.
Yeah.
You know? Because people are not inspired by words. They're inspired by what you do and growth.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to see the story.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's kind of like, a little off topic, because I remember, like, Griffin was saying that, like, you were telling him about something, I don't know, like, he was inspired to work out again after talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then after talking to him, I was also inspired to work out again. So we've just all been
working out.
Yeah. But it's the same kind of thing. It's like, because I saw that, or like, it's more just, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, people see what you do,
and then it's also like, how do you maintain that when you don't have these inspirations? You feel me?
Yeah.
You got to be your own inspiration. How do you go about being your own inspiration? By continuing to get a good look at yourself through the process of what you're doing and what you've done. That's why I think it's good to maybe not even like for me personally, like me knowing like I put up all these videos and shit. It's just like I know there's something that tethers me to sticking to my word, because I perform better when there's eyes on me as opposed to when I'm by myself. But I can use that to my advantage by constantly keeping eyes on me. And it's like, it's just like, I know if I stop now, then people will see the stoppage.
Yeah.
I don't want to stop because I know like I can't do it myself now without having people see me, but I'm using the fact of what I can do with people see me as a chance to enrich myself through what I want to do, and that's expand my influence. But yeah, it's like, how are you like how are you gonna keep yourself working out? What is something you like? What are you looking to do when you're working out? Like, what are you looking to gain by working out?
Let's see. Well, I think the most important, I want to always just be healthy. Like, I want to maintain that. Just I want to be that like 70-year-old dude that like still exercises and works out. That's like always keeping that.
That's so real.
And then I think, I don't know, probably just also a confidence thing. Just like, trying to be, or not trying, or like working to be the best that I can be.
Yeah, just constant proof that you're giving your all type shit in all regards. Could be. Who the fuck is my name?
Yeah, because I know for a while it was like, I mean, I've always been off and on with working out. And then it would be the classic, like, I'd work out for a while, and then all's well, and I don't know, something happens, and I stop for a few months, and then, like, starts again. But now I'm trying to be, like, really consistent with it, like, just really just doing it, making it a habit, I guess. I guess that's what it is, like, doing it even if you don't feel like doing it.
Yeah. gaining those values.
Yeah.
I think for me, yeah, it's definitely about like just being able to keep track of those lessons, and gaining those lessons that I need to carry out in the world. I don't know how to put that actually. I feel like that wasn't a good way of putting it. But yeah.
But in some way, I kind of see working out like as a form of meditation almost.
Bro, I'm telling you. It gets you in that state when you're really focused, man.
Yeah.
It clears your mind type shit?
Yeah, I think so. Like, it definitely... Because I've noticed... Because usually I like taking walks a lot. I usually take walks, or ride my bike, or go to the gym or whatever, but like walking, because I try to do it every day. Walk for like, there's like a trail near my house, and I usually walk around it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, after my walk, it's like, I feel so much more, like, what is it? I guess really more peace of mind, honestly. Like, just feel more like, I don't know, just relaxed and a headspace.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's literally what it is for meditate in terms of meditation.
Yeah.
Wait, do you feel like you kind of let go of just like your thoughts? And you think about what's in front of you, I guess?
I think so. Like, I think, well, I've been doing more just like, if like I'm walking, I'll try and just look at stuff, but not like actively think. Like, just look at the trees and like look at like the sky and just like take it all in.
Oh yeah, that's definitely meditation. I was gonna say, because when I'm working out, like I don't. It's like more like therapy than meditation, because I think about like so much when I work out, and that's the push. You feel me? It's not like if I just sit down and meditate, because then it's just me letting go of everything.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm just thinking about the girl. I was just thinking about damn how I haven't thought of her in a second.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Cause I can relate with that. Like sometimes it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's all things we learn from.
Yeah, just gotta move forward.
Yeah.
My tattoo artist was pretty cool.
Hello.
What the? Mike, what the fuck was that?
No, wait. Oh yeah, Griffin's joined.
Oh, that was Griffin?
No, that was me. I can't hear you, Griffin, by the way.
Wait, so what was that? You said, ayo.
I tell you that. Hello,
Yeah.
Governor. You calling me a governor?
You calling me a governor? You took that as a fucking, what do you call it? A disrespect. Who are you calling a governor?
This is so annoying.
What?
My headphones, I have them plugged in. My microphone on my phone doesn't work, so now I have to like call you guys on speaker anytime I'm walking.
Yeah.
That is annoying as fuck.
Yeah, you need some new headphones.
I was gonna get AirPods, but they're just like $100.
See, I agree. AirPods are nice, but they are really expensive.
I just know I can't get them because I'll fucking lose them.
Or wash them.
Oh my god! Oh god!
You drop it and the whole thing like falls apart like it was a Lego set. The whole case opens up, both of them fall out, and you gotta find both of them and put them back in and hope it fucking breaks. Yeah.
Wait, I have a question.
What?
Because we were just talking about like working out and stuff like that. Like what I said. Like for you, like what is drawn to you working out? Like what do you get out of it?
Well, I get appreciate stuff because it goes into like how healthy I am overall. Like there's a certain mindset you build that I've talked to you about, like while you're working out, and like that mindset carries into other aspects of your life, so it improves my mental health.
So
I look better, which I like. I feel like the main reason I started doing it was to look better, but it goes into so many other things. Like that's just like what's it called? A fucking gateway into like all the other good things that it comes with. So I might have gone into it for the wrong reasons, depending on who you ask. Because that's all about perspective. I feel like that's not a bad reason. Like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a bad reason, but well,
I do question it, which is why I explained it the way I did. But ultimately, I feel like
I mean, I think it's not the best.
I think it's like I think it can be a good reason, but it's also like it can be a limiting thing because once you feel like you look good enough, you might be inclined to just like maintain instead of continue to push.
Wait, is that a new tattoo you got, Logan?
It is, but I have to pull this shit off now because part of it fucking got exposed. I hope this doesn't fuck it up.
it won't fuck it up. Bro, when I got the moon, I took that shit off the first day. After the first 30 minutes I had it.
And
I always have a shirt on, and that shit didn't do anything.
Was the ink like all messed in like wet still?
Yeah. I like it was literally like 30 minutes to an hour after I got it like tatted onto me. I took the paper off because it kept falling off because they put it on with duct tape. And the way they did it, it just fucked it up. So I was just like, I'm not doing this. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna loop it.
Real.
Really stupid, but like ultimately it wasn't because nothing happened.
Yeah, it worked out perfect.
But I did do one thing.
What?
I don't know if they gave you like that the like foamy shit that you're supposed to put on there, but I put that on there.
The foamy. The foamy shit. I put aqua. I have Aquaphor.
Okay.
Does
Well,
that?
You're good.
Okay, but does that like was that the same? It was just moisturizer.
Wait, what did you say?
It was basically just moisturizer for the tat.
I mean, mine was like, they gave me this little bottle, and like when you dispensed it, it was like this foamy cleansing. It's like a tattoo cleansing soap that you just rub on there.
Huh.
I don't know if I bought it with the tattoo or if they just gave it. Because I fucking know. But as long as you keep it clean, then it should be fine. I'm pretty sure. But honestly, if I were you, I would look into it more just because my knowledge is very limited on that.
Word.
Better safe than sorry.
This shit is fire though. Like the inside of it looks dope.
I know, it looks cool as fuck.
And you know who the person is in the sun that I got?
Yes, you know what?
Their name is Joy Boy. Joy Boy is I think a mythical either god or just individual who was a West Indian who basically went to these the Caribbean, right? And he freed all the slaves that were down there. But the way he did it was by playing his drums of liberation. And when he played the drums, people would start dancing uncontrollably and like moving their way to freedom, basically. So like, yeah, he freed them that way.
Wait, explain that one more time.
So he's a West Indian, I think, a West Indian god who went to the Caribbean and freed all the slaves that were down there by walking through each of the slave plantations and places and playing his drums of liberation. And when he would play his drums of liberation, the people would start to dance and move uncontrollably, and they basically danced and moved their way to freedom. I assume like it's probably like they like dancing their way to freedom. They probably just like were moving their bodies like in ways that were, I wouldn't say avoiding the whatchamacallit, but they were going past the dangers, moving past the dangers.
See, that's neuroticism.
Neuroticism?
If you're neurotic.
I love that word though. I don't know what to say.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean it's no? What do you mean it's neuroticism?
I know what I mean, but now that I'm really, really thinking about it, I don't know if it is neuroticism or not, but I can tell you what I think it is.
Where? Just yeah, that.
Collective, like, standard, which is conventional. So there's like a collective shadow, and like there's all these things that people like consider cringy. Like a lot of the time, like you 50-50, if you ask someone if they watch like dance videos on TikTok, they'll say no because it's cringe. Or maybe they do because they're passionate about it and they understand the way dancing like is. And I feel like the people who don't like it think it's cringe or neurotic because they're feeding into that collective shadow of what is, what should and shouldn't be, what is gay, or like how people use the word gay to like say cringe and shit.
Yeah. So how does this connect?
Because maybe they felt embarrassed to move their bodies like that. Collectively in that group, the way they're oriented.
I don't think it was embarrassment. I think
based around those types of things.
I don't think it was embarrassment. I think they were literally stripped of their joy and liberation, so they couldn't.
Okay, that's different.
But that's an interesting point you make. Yeah, so Joy Boy's essentially the god of rhythm and liberation.
That's cool as fuck.
Rhythm and liberation, yeah. All right, I'll be right back because I gotta go get in the shower so I can clean this shit. But then,
Okay.
yeah. All right.
Wait, are you still